Hello and welcome. We are here at Public Media Network. My name is Svetlana Stone and you're watching Spotlight in a Zoo. We are pleased to have Myra Banza from Kalamazoo Latvian Association, former president and currently secretary of the board, here tonight to talk about her organization and how they support Latvian culture here in Kalamazoo area. Thank you, Myra, for being with us tonight. How was your day?
It wasn't an intense day, but very good.
Very good.
Lots accomplished.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So could you please share with our viewers about your background and how you became involved with Kalamazoo Cultural Latvian Association?
Well, it starts with the fact that my parents came over to the United States after World War II, when the Soviet Union invaded Latvia, occupied Latvia, and they met in New York, and I was born in New Jersey. And I came to Kalamazoo to take Latvian classes in the summertime.
Wow.
Back in the early 70s. And I fell in love with the place back then, and after I had done some other things, I came back to be the house mother at the Latvian Studies Center, because there was a full-time program by that time in Western Michigan University for Latvian. So that's how I landed in Kalamazoo, and then I stayed. And somebody, after my son was older and didn't need that much attention, I was able to work with the Kalamazoo Latvian Association. And I have contacts around the whole country, so I'm part of the American Latvian community. And so I know cultural people around the country.
This is interesting story. Thank you for sharing. Could you tell us, please, more about Kalamazoo Latvian Association, history, mission, about people?
So most of Latvians came to Kalamazoo around 1950. That was, again, after the war, they had to spend some years in Germany, and then they were sponsored. And a lot of people ask, why are there so many Latvians in Kalamazoo for such a small town? Why aren't they, just in Chicago, New York? Well, there was a minister who sponsored a whole choir and their families. And so that was the beginning of the large immigration to Kalamazoo. And I just found, last week I found a master's thesis from 1959 about the Latvians in Kalamazoo. And he came up with the number that there were 1,100 Latvians in Kalamazoo back then in the 1950s. Now there's fewer, but there were many organizations at that time. There were choirs and fraternities and veterans organizations and everything. Right now there's three. There's the Kalamazoo Latvian Association, the Lutheran Church, and the school. And our mission is to provide the cultural and social activities for the Latvian community here in Kalamazoo and the wider area.
Yeah, I'm very impressed that you're doing that, because it's very interesting. America is diverse, but Latvia is a little country, and we here in Kalamazoo we have this. So everyone who would like to learn about Latvia can do that without going to Latvia. That's amazing. This is very amazing. And does your organization have a strong volunteer basis? If so, how everyone can involved?
Well, it's all volunteer.
Right.
Nobody gets paid for anything that we do. There are times when we need a lot of hands, like when we try to do our rummage sale or the Christmas bazaar. So if there are people who would like to help us with those things, we'd welcome that help. We have a spring cleanup always, where also we need to take care of the center. So the Kalamazoo Association is the manager of the Kalamazoo Latvian Center, which is on Cherry Hill Street. And so that's where the school meets. And we also I have to say that we had a major event in our community this summer when the church burned. And so the congregation is meeting at the center right now and trying to figure out what they're going to do in the future. So there are tasks to be done.
And how community can learn about Latvian culture and how they can connect to you?
Well, we have a website, KalamazooLatvians.com, and that's where all our events are listed. And there are many of them are only in Latvian, but many of them are also in English or in both languages. And if people are interested, they could contact us. We have a Facebook page.
Facebook page?
Yep.
That's wonderful. Thank you for being here with us today. And we will learn more about Kalamazoo Latvian Association right after a short break. Thank you for watching us. Please stick around. We will be right back.
My name is Sandy Bremer, and I'm a guest host today. And I also have another great friend with me. This is Jeremy Koch from Farmers Alley Theater, and we're here today to talk about a book called Frog and Toad Are Friends.
The book club started out with a tribe called Bliss, and it was about a year ago that I started this journey on Facebook, building my business organically through social media. And so I put on Facebook that I was going to read this book, and one of my friends, Takesha Johnson, she's a local here, she said, "Wendy, why don't you have a book club?" And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds fun."
When I first heard Jan say, "We're going to have a book group," I thought, that's not for me. And here I am, loving every time we get together.
And she's our leader.
Yes, she is. Excellent leader. Yes.
When we decide who's going to come into the book club, which we haven't had a new member in a while, everybody has to agree on it, because you have to be comfortable. Because if somebody's going to shut down because they don't feel comfortable sharing their information with someone, then we don't want that to happen and change the dynamics of what's going on.
We do have the motto, whatever happens in book club stays in book club.
Okay, I love it. And I love you guys. Now, what happens at the book clubs? What do you guys do? You mentioned
What happens at book club stays at book club.
I'm hearing that by so many different book clubs. So many different book clubs. We're having an amazing time with Marywood Place Book Club. We're having fun here on the scene, but we have to get right back to your current books. You have Ruby is one of the books you're reading, and we'll talk about the last one later, but tell us about Ruby.
Welcome back to Spotlight in a Zoo. For those of you who just tuned in, we are here at Public Media Network with our special guest from Kalamazoo Latvian Association, Myra Banza. And thank you for being here with us tonight again. We would like to learn more about Kalamazoo Latvian Association and cultural activities and programs that you support. I know that you promote very well. You bring a lot of musicians, speakers, arts exhibits here. We are so lucky to have you here. And Latvian associations stay very connected to Latvia. And you even hosted 2 presidents of Latvia here in Kalamazoo. I'm very impressed. Could you please share about this?
Okay. Well, yes, we're connected to the larger Latvian community, and so when there is an event, whether it is something from Latvia, recently, in the last 20 years, we've been able to get theater groups or musicians coming in from Latvia and visiting the United States, and then we're one of the places that they stop off. But sometimes there's an internal group, like one of the interesting ones was that there was a musical performance from California with Lolita Ritmanis, who has, she's gotten an Emmy for her, her work on Batman movies. And so she organized this musical performance that came to Kalamazoo, and it was very, very well attended. But the presidents, there really is a reason why we got to see two presidents, and that is because the Michigan National Guard is connected with the Latvian military. And there was a point where National Guards across the country were willing to help out the different countries that have just, developing their own armies and stuff. And so Michigan was the one that was connected with Latvia. And so the first president, Guntis Ullman, signed the contract with the Michigan National Guard, and that's why he was here. And then we had Mr. Vejons, who also was visiting the National Guard on his way to Chicago, said, I want to stop off and see Kalamazoo. And we had like 2 weeks notice about this, with the whole, all the security around a president and whatever, but it was very exciting. We had a lot of people show up, and it was really, really nice.
It shows both ways that you care about Latvia and Latvia care about their people here. It shows big love and commitment.
And recently the Latvian government is actually helping financially with certain things like the cultural ministry. There's now a new diaspora law that says that they are supposed to support us, and so they are actually funding some things. They're helping the Latvian schools with rent, and they also help fund some of these traveling performers. So we're very, very thankful for that.
That's impressive. That's impressive. I'm really impressed. Could you please tell about Garazers Latvian camp that I know
so a lot of people will if they've run into, so there's another Latvian center down in Three Rivers. So it's on Long Lake in Three Rivers, and it is, it's active mostly in the summertime. It has a camp it has more than one camp for different age groups of children, and it has a high school where it's all in Latvian, and they get to graduate from a Latvian high school and make a lot of friends for life. And my son is still very connected with everybody that he graduated from, with his classmates. So, and it's also a gathering place. So when something bigger is happening, we will get thousands of people coming from around, anywhere from the East Coast to the middle of the country.
And I know also that throughout the year you hold a lot of events and activities when local community can learn about Latvian culture. It's a great opportunity for them, and I know you're always welcome people. Would you please share what kind of events you hold throughout the year, and what you're going to have maybe in the future next, and how to find out about all events?
Okay, so the regular things that we have are the Christmas Bazaar, and that is the first Saturday of December. We have a wonderful European-style luncheon and a lot of vendors with Latvian food and
people can
and
try
items.
Latvian food, right?
You can try yes, that's one of the best ways to learn about culture is eat Latvian food.
Yeah.
We also have a rummage sale, which doesn't really have anything cultural around it, but there's a rummage sale in the summer. We definitely celebrate the Independence Day every year. That is still mostly in Latvian. We show films, and we have these events. But one of the most successful recent thing is our Latvian cooking class.
That's true.
And it's been going on for about 10 years. It was down in the church for 10 years, but now it's at the center, and it is really successful. It's in English. You get to eat, you learn something, and
get to know Latvian community.
And get to know the Latvian community. So the next one is January 24th. It's on Friday nights, and we try to keep it going once a month throughout the school year. In the summertime, everybody goes to Three Rivers, so we don't hold any events in the summertime in Kalamazoo because we don't need to. They're down there. And so if you need to follow up, if you want to know about this, it's in our website. So KalamazooLatvians.com.
About events and also Facebook, right? You mentioned if there
And
is
Facebook,
something
yes.
will come up, you will
Yes, we'll have it on
post
posted on
events.
Facebook.
So it's great to people to get connect to
Yeah.
your organization. That's wonderful. It's amazing what work you're doing in the community. And what is your hope and vision about Kalamazoo Latvian Association?
Well, our community is getting older. You know, that first wave of immigrants is passing on, and it's a concern, but we still do have young Latvians being born, and we hope that the association can fulfill the needs of this community and keep them gathering together. You know, if we keep organizing, they come. So that's my hope, that we can keep doing this for the next generation.
And is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers that we might be missed?
I can't think of anything. I'm just very thankful for the opportunity to share about our community, and I think that a lot of people in Kalamazoo say, "Oh yeah, I know some Latvian. You know, I used to go to school with one or something." So I'm very glad for this opportunity to be able to tell you what's going on today.
That's great. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I really enjoy to learn about you, about Latvian Association, how they promote the culture. That was a great opportunity to learn. And we're so thankful that you were find time and come and share with us. Thank you. Well, this concludes this month's edition of Spotlight in a Zoo. And if you would like to learn more about Kalamazoo Latvian Association, please check this information below. And if you know someone or would like to be on our show, please contact the Public Media Network. We are so grateful that you continue to watch us, and during this holiday time, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we will continue to do our programs and bring wonderful people who do amazing impact in our community. Thank you for all your support, and we're going to see you next time.